Hello, everybody. We are here to talk about the 2019 Rammstein album, which Spotify lists as Rammstein. I've also just heard of it being referred to as the Untitled album. It's the one with the fucking matchstick. Okay. Um, Now, I this is the album I was least familiar with out of all of them because I think I skimmed through this once and maybe I just wasn't into it that day. And the reason I say that is because this time, for doing this, I don't like skim. I want to, give the tracks a fair shake. And this turned out really well. I'm pretty happy with the result on this one because let me do some math here. So that's 7. 7 out of 11 tracks on this album went to my Spotify liked list, which, if we compare that to some of the previous albums, like the last three, that's pretty good by comparison, certainly to Rosenroad, which was 5. And in this case, it wasn't like I hated the songs that I didn't add. It's just like I don't necessarily want those to pop up when I'm in a shuffle or something, or I'm not like interested in them enough to like keep tabs on them, like outside of like listening to the album through again or something. Um, this is part of why I wanted to do this video series is because like there are some songs that I ignore. Like maybe I didn't like it the first time I heard it, and then I just skip it every time since then, and I've just been doing that for 12 years. I mean, not in this album's case, obviously. I'm just like saying like that's one of the types of things that can happen in my life, right? Where I don't like this song and I never listen to it again, and then like eventually I'm like, why don't I like that song? And I re-listen to it, and in a lot of cases, it turns out that my original feeling has maintained. And that's what I learned by re-listening to the fucking Kiss albums from the 80s, was that I still didn't like them. But like in this case, I think maybe I just wasn't into listening to the new songs or something, because I mean, first of all, I don't remember most of these. And this time it was a much nicer experience, obviously, because like I'm enthusiastic about this. So I do want to say the one thing that kind of disappoints me is that I was really primed to like the first track, Deutschland, like more. I still like it, but I have a thing that just annoys me. It's like the callback or whatever you want to call that, where like he'll sing a line and then an extra voice comes in, which I think it's also his voice, but it's like separate from the line he just said, and it just like repeats a phrase over and over again. I find that irritating. Other than that, the song itself is pretty solid. But it's like, he'll say like, Wiener Schnitzel. I'm sorry, that's probably racist. But he'll say like, something, and then it'll just be the other voice that's going like, du hast, du hast, du hast, du hast. And it's like, I don't want that part. I don't like that part. Musically, though, pretty awesome, and I like it for the most part. So, in spite of my criticism, it still made it on my like list. Now, I think I've gotten my points across here. So, top 3, which my number 3 is going to go to Tattoo, which comes in like almost at the end of the album. It's like the second to last song. Pretty rad. It like fucks pretty hard, to borrow an expression from one of my friends. I don't know. It just kind of ruled. It's got that fucking like hard sound that they do pretty damn well, and I was pretty glad to hear that so close to the end of the album, because like with Sane Soaked, as an example, right? There's not really a slowdown right at the end of the album. It ends on a fucking solid ass song, Kusmich, right? And before that is, I believe, Eifersucht. Those aren't slow, like, fading away kind of songs to end the album on. But lots of songs, I think, on a lot of their albums kind of are. Or at least that's the way I'm remembering it, right? I mean, I know I just listened to all these, but I'm trying to think of like what the last songs are on each of the albums. Like Mutter, the second to last song isn't slow, but like the last song is, and then I don't even know what the last songs were on Rosen Road, but anyway, it was nice to have like the album not like whimper out on me, in the same way that like Risa Risa or yeah, like I felt like Rosen Road did. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. My brain just turned off for a second there, but yeah, I was glad to have finally kind of given this the look that I should have given it originally. And like I said, I can't even picture what was going on when I heard this the first time. Maybe I was going through some shit. I don't remember in particular. I just remember like kind of skimming through it and just not really feeling much about it. But yeah, top three. Let's talk about my top three. Or I've already started talking about my top three. I'm sorry. I had a very like unexpectedly annoying day at work, so I'm a little, something. Okay, my number three was Tattoo, and then I got on a tangent. Okay, so my number two pick is going to go to Auslander, which I was curious to hear this song because I think my best friend, it's a song that he really likes off of this album. So I was like, okay. We don't always have the same kinds of musical inclinations. He likes certain like vocal styles that I absolutely cannot stand, for example. But I think when it comes to Rammstein, like we both know, like pretty solidly between us, like we like a lot of the same kinds of songs. So I was like, okay, let's see what my boy's song here sounds like, and it was good. I liked it. It's my number two pick. And again, this isn't like slim pickings. I had a couple of songs that were contenders for my third pick. So this isn't like, oh, these are the only three that I liked. I liked a bunch of them. So, getting to my number two pick, that means I did in fact enjoy it. And it's not just like a default pick. And then my number one pick. Now, this is curious. Since this album came out, I have known the song Radio. Radio, I guess, as he says it in the song, but Radio. I've known that song since the album came out, and I've liked it the whole time. So I'm curious, like, what happened when I was listening to this the first time? I guess I probably won't ever really know. But yeah, it's my number one pick. I still really like it. And it's just a really nice song, and it's fun to like sing along with the chorus. So yeah, this was nice to do this. Now, the last album, the next one is Zeit, and I'm already a lot more familiar with that one. So I already pretty much know how we're going to end here, but we'll talk about that in the next video. So thank you for watching. And I'll see you guys in the next video where we'll finish up our Rammstein discography journey. And then we'll, in the following video after that, we will begin talking about a new artist in my musical timeline. So, yes, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching.